you doing out there? My name is Tim Heuisle, American Whiskey Ambassador for Beam Suntory. But we get a lot of, kind of questions about the 101s of American whiskey versus bourbon. So just to clear up some of those today, biggest question I always get is, does all bourbon have to be made in Kentucky? It does not. So if we follow the guidelines or the rules of bourbon making, this goes back to 1964 to President Lyndon B. Johnson. He actually put this into law to protect bourbon as our native spirit. So rule number one of bourbon, it's got to be made in the United States. We do make 95% of it in Kentucky, but legally you can make it anywhere in the United States. And then the next question we get pretty often, especially for the Jim Beam House, is what is small batch? We have a handful of small batch whiskeys. We got Knob Creek, Basil Hayden's, Baker's, and in my mind, most importantly, is Booker's bourbon. Now Booker Noe was our 6th generation master distiller, and he's actually one that created the term small batch whiskey. Legally, there is no numerical definition to small batch. It means it's not a single barrel, and it means it's not all of our barrels, right? It's a small batch. So when we look at our particular small batches, something like Booker's, we're talking about 200 to 250 barrels of whiskey that we mature in very specific warehouses, in very specific parts of those warehouses to create Booker's bourbon. Hope that cleared up the misconceptions of bourbon whiskey. Take care.